that easy.
They continued to pray. They continued to expect something better than the circumstances they were in.
Yeah, you got battery on that.
It is that hope that lives today. And if we're not careful, we will begin to look at our surroundings and our circumstances. We will listen to the news report, which works on the premise that if it's good news, it's not news. If it's bad news, it is news. We will have our minds filled with the impossibilities, and especially as it relates to our city, we will find ourselves listening and putting more credibility in the words of news reporters that do not live here, talk show hosts that have no knowledge as to where Flint is located. They would begin to try to convince us that this city is dead, not realizing that a city is people. And as long as there are people that's still breathing, the city is vibrant. It might be going through transitions, which is typical. Historically, we have seen that in every culture and every dispensation, there's a time to change guards, to move from one dimension to another, to move from one way of life to a better way of life. And so as we stand today celebrating the historical aspect of Juneteenth and the capabilities and possibilities that came to us by the things that were done on our behalf so many years ago, I want to encourage you to remain hopeful and not to give up our trust and our reliance on God. I looked up some words I want to share with you very briefly so that we're all on the same page. When I'm considering hope, I'm literally thinking of something that is stable enough for me to rely on. Because hope is a feeling that what you are wanting will happen. It's a desire that is accompanied by expectation. Expectation means to want something and to want it very badly, to trust and rely on what it is that you want. If we go to the Word of God, which is actually the foundation on which our country is built, we would recognize the significance of certain scriptures in our lives today. And one in particular is found in the book of Isaiah, the 40th chapter, the 31st verse. It says basically this: "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength." This gives the implication that by making sure that we do not lose hope, just by holding on to hope, we become strengthened in trials. There is a woman who is called Dorothy Thompson. I don't have a lot of background on her, but she was known for some of her wise statements as it related to culture, to courage, and to hope. And here's something that she said. She said, "Courage, it would seem, is nothing less than the power to overcome danger, misfortune, fear, injustice, while continuing to affirm inwardly that life with all of its sorrows is still good, that everything is meaningful, even if in a sense it is beyond our understanding, and that there is always tomorrow." Now to me, that exemplifies the position that we should be taking in the times that we're in. That regardless of what it's looking like, we hold firm in this, that this too shall pass, and that trials and problems serve a purpose. They come to prepare us for a better day. They come to make us strong, so that when we enter into the newness of that day, we're not entering in weak, wimpy, or foolish. We end in with a history that says to us that our foreparents suffered things that we would never be able to suffer, and yet they survived. You say, well, how did they survive? They survived through us. They survived through our faith. They survived through our belief that regardless of what things look like, they're not going to stay that way. And if there's anything that's needed in this city, it's a trumpet, a sound of hope to the people. A sound that says, remember how far we have come. Remember how God has never forsaken us. He has always been there to help us in our times of can't think of a better way to end this message. We must understand that problems are there and they have a purpose. And that purpose is to refine us, to define us, but more importantly, to strengthen us for the days ahead. Thank you for your attention.
All Black America, come together for Juneteenth, celebrate our Freedom Day.
Leaders need to be unified.
We got a lot of talent coming down this evening. We want you guys to stick around. Those of you at home that are watching, shame on you.
What they say is they either killed the messenger or they bribed him off so that way the slaves didn't find out.
If the Son makes you free, then you're free indeed. You don't have to be in bondage.
We love the Lord and so much that we are willing to step out and be part of our community.
But I am waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting for the opportunity to present myself so I can introduce myself. Hello.
Join the village.
Hi, my name's Paul Herring Jr. and my dad said he'd pay me $25 for every person I got to come down and join the village, whatever that means. So I figured I'd just come on TV, smile real nice, and ask you guys to come down and join the village. So if 1,000 of you guys come down and tell my dad you saw this commercial, I'll be set. Then again, we might as well make that 6,000 because my friends want in too.
Juneteenth, African American Independence Day, a time to reflect and rejoice.
June 16th through the 19th in downtown Flint. From noon to 9:30 every day.
Vending opportunities.
Oh yeah, there's still time to sign up. Contact us at 810-239-2901. That's 810-239-2901.
Juneteenth, African American Independence Day. Join the village.
Did I say 25 cents?
Oh man, how you gonna play me like that?